Hey guys, what is going on? That is a lame intro. So, last Tuesday, or 2 days ago, we finished up the Dark Souls 1 videos. Pretty exciting. And I talked about at the end of that video, I'm going to be making a tier list for all the bosses. I'm going to be doing this for all of the Souls games. So once we finish Dark Souls 2, I'm going to do that. That video is going to take about 4 hours. Then for Dark Souls 3, for Bloodborne, for Sekiro, and then for Elden Ring, that video will take about 5 hours. So yeah, I just wanted to do this because I wanted to talk about some of these bosses. Obviously, there's a few things here that I did not fight in my playthrough that you guys watched, but I have fought all of them before on my own. Unfortunately, it looks like this does not have the... I'm reading through real quick. Yeah, it looks like it does not have the DLC bosses. So no Artorias here. Oh no, he's right there. Beta Chaos, Dragon Kalump. Oh, okay. Man is Father of the Abyss. Okay, no, there are here. Sanctuary Guardian. Okay, no, never mind. They're all here. I am stupid. So yeah. But we're gonna just get started. So, first on the list here is the Four Kings. That we fought that in the 5th episode. The Four Kings. I'm gonna put in D tier. I don't understand this boss. I understand it's supposed to be like a multi-stage, multi-person boss fight, but both the last time I played this game and this time around, I just kind of ruined them. Like both times my chat was like, okay, this boss is no joke. It's pretty difficult. You just be careful when you go in there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm careful. And I just ruined them. Like their attacks are insanely telegraphed. I was building a dexterity character and they were doing no damage to me. I still don't understand that. When I was fighting them with my dexterity character in the videos you guys watched, I was taking literally no damage from them, and I don't understand why. Yeah, it's just weird. Like their design's kind of cool, which is what keeps them at a D tier, but I don't know. I guess, to be fair, I guess I've never really seen the full boss because I just kind of kill them really easily. So yeah, I don't know. Four Kings go in C tier. Next is Gaping Dragon. I'm going to put Gaping Dragon right up in A. The only thing that keeps that at S is that I feel like its attacks are sort of whatever, but it's a giant boss. There's only so much you can do with it. And I mean, like, it's a giant boss. Gaping Dragon's freaking huge. The reason I put it in A tier, though, despite its sort of lackluster attack animations, is because Gaping Dragon just looks freaking awesome. I talked about it in the video where he fought it. It was the first boss in this game that I was like, okay, this is a Dark Souls boss. It's huge, it's imposing. The the cutscene's awesome, where like the little crocodile looking snake part of its head comes up and then you just see it rise up out of the depths. It's terrifying. It's so freaking cool. I love Gaping Dragon. It's one of my favorite looking bosses in the game. It's not one of my favorite bosses to fight because it does have sort of a whatever boss fight, but I do love the way it looks. Next is Sif. So, Sif is a hard one because obviously, I'll put Sif up in A. Sif has a lot of awesome lore attached to it, but at the end of the day, the boss fight's sort of whatever. She just kind of swings the sword around as a dog. She doesn't have anything like really crazy about her moveset or anything that makes it challenging. She has like 5 attacks, I think. She has leap slash, she has double slash, she has spin slash. Like, I don't know. I feel like if she had some sort of other inherent ability, that could push it up into S. But for me, when it comes to Dark Souls bosses, I tend to think of not only how much fun I have fighting them, but how cool what they do is. Which is why, when we talk about Bloodborne, I really like Murgo's Wet Nurse as a boss, even though it's like pretty easy. I love what she does, and so that'll get a really high grade. But Sif is still great. I love Sif's lore. It's super sad. We're gonna leave you for the end. It's super sad, but ultimately, I feel like the actual fights sort of carried by the lore, rather than it being an epic boss fight in its own right. So yeah, A tier. Next is Iron Golem. You're a fat demon, my guy. Easiest boss in the game by far, except for maybe the Asylum Demon. I don't know. I don't understand this boss. Like, I almost beat it when I had a broken weapon, dude. It's just boring. He's just a big guy in armor. But he doesn't even do any of this cool stuff that Gundyr does in Dark Souls 3. Yeah, that's where that goes. Moonlight Butterfly, you're also a D tier because you're playing a melee build. It's hot garbage to fight you. It just floats around and shoots stuff at you. Like, it looks cool, but ultimately it's just sort of a meh boss fight. Like, you know, whatever. I don't know. Moonlight Butterfly sucks. Naito, that is our first S. That may be a bit controversial because, or maybe it's not. I don't know what the Dark Souls community's sentiment is towards a lot of this stuff. But I really like Naito. I think he's super cool. I love his design. I think his boss fight's pretty fun. I like what he does. You know, the summoning skeletons, the blade through the ground, the darkness explosion. All of it's pretty unique to him. Like, it feels like he feels like his own guy. It feels like no one else could do what Naito could do, which I think is very important in Dark Souls stuff. Like, I feel like if I fought a guy with a big sword, it would feel pretty similar to the Sif fight, but nothing feels like Naito, and I think that's pretty cool. Ornstein and Smo. So I loaded up this template. Whatever. Ornstein and Smo were an S tier. B. It's iconic. It's very important to the series. But ultimately, it's just frustrating to play. When you do it by yourself, it's literally run around, hit Ornstein when he's close to you, and then repeat that. And when you do it with Solaire, Solaire is a hindrance. And then it's just like kind of easy. If Solaire actually does the job, it's a very easy fight. So I like them. I like the mechanic of when one of them dies, the other one absorbs his abilities. But ultimately, meh. I'm actually going to skip down a little bit because I just saw Gwendolyn, and I really just want to put Gwendolyn in D tier. I did not fight him this time around, but if I'm remembering correctly, isn't he just run down a hallway and then hit him while dodging his like light? You know, I'll put him in C tier. The Gwendolyn fight is literally like he creates like an infinite hallway, and you have to chase him down and dodge like some stuff he throws at you. So that's the whole fight. It's like it's cool to look at, but it's boring to play. You know. Yeah, I saw him there, and I really wanted to put him down. Pinwheel, you're a D because you're really weak and easy. Seath is an A. Seath's design is super freaking cool. I love the fact that you got to cut off his Ethernet connection to damage him. I like the fact that he has the Moonlight Greatsword for his tail. I like the crystal stuff he does. Again, I love his design. Very cool. Kind of hard sometimes. I didn't have trouble my dexterity run. By strength run, I had a lot of trouble. Generally just a sick boss, similar to Naito, where it looks like he looks like the only person who could do what he does. But I think Naito just... Actually, I'm going to put Seath at the top of A. Come on. There we go. Right at the top A. I am going to order these like this. Iron Golem, you go right here. You're definitely worse than Moonlight Butterfly, but you're better than Pinwheel. So it's pretty cool. Asylum Demon and Straight. I'm gonna put these together because they're the same boss. You go right here because you suck. I don't really need to explain it. Stray Demon's just the same tutorial boss again as the Asylum Demon. The Asylum Demon's already a pretty boring fight. I'm legit just not gonna talk about it more. Doris Demon, you go. No, you go right here because at least your design's cool. Again, this is just climb a ladder and plunge attack. That's what the whole fight is. And like, are there people that find that fun? And there must be, but it's not me. I don't know. Just kind of lame. Bed of Chaos. Wow, I wonder where this one's going. Boop. That is probably my least controversial opinion I've had in this video. Bed of Chaos is the worst design from software boss of all time. Not just in this game, but of all time. You have to do a jumping puzzle in a game where you can't really jump well. On top of that, sorry for my voice crack. While you're doing the jumping puzzle, there is these huge sweeping attacks that are very, very difficult to avoid. It was literally the boss that made me never want to play this game again. And I did it again because I wanted to make this video series. But I was very close to never playing this game again, specifically just because of Bed of Chaos. Because like I said in the video, it is a mandatory boss. If it was optional, I wouldn't mind this game at all. But it is not optional, it's mandatory. And so it's just garbage. Artorias, I think this is also my least controversial opinion. Artorias is freaking incredible to fight against. He's hard. He's so difficult. But there's something so special about the human-sized bosses that are super hard to fight. His lore is awesome, and when you know his lore, when you watch him scream at you, and the animalistic way he attacks, it's amazing. I freaking love Artorias. I love his design. I love his armor. I love his lore. I love his music. I love his fight. He's awesome. He's the best fight in Dark Souls 1. Spoilers. Black Dragon Calampus? I don't remember his name. I also don't remember this fight too well. It's from the DLC. I want to say it's like here. I think it was pretty cool. I'm not going to grade this one because I don't remember it. And I feel like it's unfair to put it in a tier. It's been like 2 years since I played the DLC. And so bosses like, this is actually the only boss of the DLC I don't remember. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure that's what it's from. I remember the other two. I'll just do Sanctuary Guardian. Next, Sanctuary Guardian goes right here, top of B. It's fine. It's like the first fight you have when you get into the DLC. It's the first boss fight. It's completely fine. It's just a four-legged thing that flies around and you fight it. I don't know. It's a perfectly serviceable boss fight. Nothing about it stands out too much to me. Cool design. The attacks are sort of whatever. I don't know. There's just like no fanfare. It just kind of happens. And you're like, oh, okay. I guess we're doing this now. Manus, Father of the Abyss. This is the final boss of the DLC. I had a lot of trouble with this boss fight when I played it the first time. And it made me very angry. I think it's just because I was just residually angry at that point. But I think I'm going to put Manus above Naito. Because his design is incredible. His boss fight's really cool. Like, it feels like the final boss of a DLC. Like, if it wasn't Artorias, it's him. You know? He's very cool. I don't have much else to say about that. It's been a while. I don't remember him too well. I just remember his boss fight's awesome. I had a lot of fun doing it. In retrospect, I had a lot of fun doing it. When I was doing it at the time, I was very annoyed. But, sorry. Yeah. Bell Gargoyles. Move, Gwendolyn. There we go. Yeah. I don't know. The Bell Gargoyles were the first boss in Dark Souls 1 that I was like, okay, this feels different, but still, it's just sort of meh. Like, I don't even think it's serviceable. It's just boring. I don't know. Like, so I feel like sometimes From Software will create a boring boss and then throw multiple of them at you just to make it seem like it's cooler than it is. You know, Shadows of Yharnam, Godskin Duo. Who else? Who does that in Dark Souls 3? Not Abyss Watchers, because that fight's awesome. I don't know. I can't think right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any strong opinions about Bell Gargoyles. I just think they're generally pretty boring. Capra Demon, you can sit right at the top of D, my guy. Because you have 3 attacks, you're in a horrible arena, and you got dogs, and I hate you. I just hate you. You at least have a cooler design than these idiots, but you just... No. Ceaseless Discharge, you go right here. I didn't show me fighting this. I did do this in my own playthrough, but I didn't show me doing it. Because basically, what you do is you run, you pick up something, and then you run back. And then he just kind of dies. It sucks. It's Quelaag's dad. I'll just let you know that. But yeah, I don't know. Centipede Demon. I did not fight this one either. Centipede Demon, you can go right below Sanctuary Guardian right there. It's just a fight with a big centipede-looking thing on a lava field. It's fine. It's a cool-looking boss fight, but I don't know. I remember it being pretty easy. Again, I didn't do it this time around, so I don't remember it too well. But yeah, anyway. Quaylog. Oh. That's a hard one. Where would I put Quaylog of all bosses? Sanctuary Guardian, Centipede Demon. I guess I'd put you here. Yeah, I'd say I'd put her there. Because I actually think Ornstein Smo. I was about to put her here, but I think Ornstein Smo offer more than she does. Like, I'm not going to give her bonus points just because she's naked. I just don't care about that. I think it's a testament to how I feel about Dark Souls 1, that, like, from the B tier down, I have almost nothing to say about them. Unless it's, like, down here, and I'm just like, man, you are the worst boss I've ever seen in my life. But besides that, it's just like, I just don't feel anything about these guys. Except for Ornstein Smo, I guess. But because of that, I'm going to put Priscilla right here. This boss was super boring. Like, she just kind of goes invisible. In fact, no, you're going, like, down here. Because you're the same as the Four Kings, where it's just, like, you were just easy and very boring. Yeah, I think that's where she goes. In fact, you actually go here, because at least the Four Kings have a cool design. You're just a girl with, like, a big tail. That's it. Demon Fire Sage, I feel like you go right. You can go with right below Bell Gargoyles. Because it's just these guys, but he has fire stuff. And I actually genuinely think that boosts him up a full tier. But the final boss that we have to show, and the actual final boss of Dark Souls 1, Gwyn, and Gwyn is going to go right here. I do like Artorias more than Gwyn, but Gwyn is an awesome final boss. I do wish he had a bit more to his attacks, just a little bit more. I feel like the fact that he probably only has about 8 attacks in total is what holds him back from beating Artorias, but ultimately it's still an awesome boss fight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Gwyn's pretty cool. I enjoy fighting him. I enjoyed fighting him both last time and this time. This time I kind of Shrek'd him more than I did the first time around, but still a ton of fun. But yeah, this is how I feel about Dark Souls 1. Like I said, pretty much just these 7 are the boss fights I like. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I feel like that's a testament to how I feel about Dark Souls 1. Not about the objective quality of the game. Because, it's just not something anyone can argue about. I don't think the game's made well, personally. Other people may disagree. It's whatever. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you're excited for next Tuesday when we will be starting Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2. And then next Thursday, so a week from now, will be the next Mark of Mastery episode. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!